Hey guys, today we are going to be going over pet training as well as pet ruins, as well as the locations of where to get maximum EXP for your pet and utilize the time you've got to get them to level 5 to bond them. Incredibly important to bond them before you lose them. You get one killed at level 4, then it's gone forever. So level 5 is very, very important, and it is way faster than waiting the 4 or 5 days to stable it and bond it. So if you're wanting to bond your pet quickly, check out what I'm going to say. Stay till the end of the video, and we're going to go over the runes as well. So let's get started. Hey guys and gals, today we're going to be doing something fun, and what we're going to be doing today is going over where to level your pets and what levels to do your runes and everything else to upgrade them. So I went out and got me an obsidian dragon yesterday and have been having a blast with it so far. Very tanky, not the most damage. Obviously, I think my other duo pets does more damage, but overall still incredibly fun to be able to level them up. The leveling up process here is a little different than anywhere else I've ever played. That being that you start off only needing like 3,000 EXP to get to level 2, and then it goes up to like 10, 20, 50, 250, 500,000, an easy million, and then it goes up from there. So very, very long process, but very much worth it. So this is going to be a little different than you probably see on the Discord. There's a lot of people that say just run right over to Ash Dungeon and start your process there. They may end up having different pets than I have, my experience so far, or they're just, you know, that they've got like archers or something like that. I'm running Discord, so what I like to do, I like to head over to Obscure first, and in Obscure I find that getting from level 1 to like 3 or so, or 4 even, helps me out a lot by giving me the just an extra couple levels to run into Ash Dungeon. So it looks like we're not the only ones here today, but these daemons right here are going to give anywhere between 300 and 400 EXP. So like I said, your first level only takes about 3,000, so that's a huge hit right here. These are awesome, and they're very, very simple. They don't have much HP at all. You can pretty much burn through them pretty quickly with almost any pet. Now the paragons, as we've said before, they are a lot different. They're going to be much more difficult. They're going to have a lot more HP regen, and of course do more damage, but they also offer, it's crazy how much more EXP they offer. So we'll go ahead and knock this one out real fast. Every tamer is going to have a different idea of what they want to do as their tamer. I definitely recommend Discordance. It's been incredibly useful. Helps my pets really take down the larger prey, and you can actually get to the point where you can even discord a peerless boss. So that was 1,400 EXP for that one paragon there. So about half of your first level in one kill. This also is going to have the demon wargs. This is an excellent first pet. You can get to this point with just Magery by using your vortexes. And then at that point, dismiss your vortex when the demon warg, and but you can dismiss your vortex whenever the demon warg gets low HP, and then go tame it. That's what I did to get my first demon warg that I got without help. Another thing is that if you lose your pet before level 5, it's not bonded. You can bond by just doing the natural bonding way, by sitting something in the stables like 4 or 5 days, or get them to level 5 and they become automatically bonded. The Ash Dungeon is extremely unforgiving. It's got a lot of mob density, and a lot of the mobs there are higher level, hit for higher damage, and the respawn rate, I don't know, it's probably the same as everywhere else. It's just because of the mob density that it seems higher. but you can get in a pretty sticky situation over there pretty quick. These guys, they don't hit very hard. So I find them to be really good targets, especially in the early taming stages, to be able to utilize them to get a lot of EXP starting out. Now, in the same sense, they do have a lot of HP, so you're going to want to at least have, I'd say, level 2 or 3 before you come back here and just start trying to hammer out these behemoths. But they do offer good EXP, they offer pretty good gold, and you can also start getting a higher chance to get your skill scrolls off of these as well. So we have really enjoyed coming back here and killing these. Now, it is my understanding that you do not split EXP with a group. So it could literally almost be a cheat code to be able to get a group together and then just go and kill things as a group with your pets to quickly level them up. So that one gave me almost 700 EXP on one behemoth. Now you are also going to get higher EXP than you're seeing me get, because you are going to be starting off at level 1, and these do the EXP scales as you get higher level. So we're done here, and I'm going to show you the next spot that I absolutely love leveling up pets. All right, guys, so the next spot is going to be Permafrost Dungeon, and I will show you guys why I really like this spot. And after this, I'll also go over the Ash Dungeon, which is apparently the fan favorite here for leveling up pets. But being a fan favorite sometimes does have its downfalls, considering that this is a PvP server and there may be some heavy competition over there. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to show you some alternatives like the Obscure Dungeon and Permafrost, just in case you head over to Ash and find that it is either contested or you've got some of those little sneaky PKers over there that are going to try to get you. So you'll run through here. None of this stuff over here is very challenging, but you're also going to get sub 100 EXP for killing it. So I just kind of skipped the first level, to be honest. See, 37 EXP. I mean everything adds up, so there's no reason to like absolutely just skip everything in the beginning levels. Not only that, everything does drop gold, and obviously gold is king in the beginning because you're going to want to get your first, your homestead, and you got bandages to get, and of course you got to buy up scrolls. I'm still in the process of getting scrolls for my character. Try to max out, discordance, magery, that kind of stuff. So running through here, this is where it starts to get a little dicey. So you've got an Arctic Ogre Lord here, you've got some Ice Daemons, and what we are going to do is I'm going to head this direction and go through. By the way, these are awesome. I really wish that I would come through here one day and these would be stealable, because this would be such a fantastic addition to like a home. Like little dragon skeleton looking things, which are really awesome. And by the way, this dungeon has incredible stealables too. So you've got paintings on the walls, you've got, frozen barrels of water, all kinds of cool stuff that you can utilize a thief for to come in here and steal. That way you can have a very unique looking home with, all of your decorations, things like that. Because we all know the end game for Ultima Online is home decoration and your character right here. You want to make it look as cool as possible. So as you can see over here, we're not getting a huge amount of EXP for these creatures. So if you're looking at my screen and you're going, oh my god, this guy's, he's crazy. Yes, up to this point you will not get a lot of EXP. but we are getting to the spot. So, okay, so these icebreakers typically will wander over here. So, not only are these an amazing pet to grab if you can, I don't know what level you have to be to grab them. I'll look at that in just a second. But these are amazing pets to grab. They have an initial stun that is both awesome in defending yourself in PvP and for stunning different mobs, which is great. I've loved using mine. But let me go over here and see if I can't check out what these are. Oh, wow. So you only need 47 taming, it says. So that's crazy because these are very good. So I would definitely recommend getting one of these, especially in the beginning. I still use mine with my warg and I absolutely love it. So, but as you can see, you're getting 500 EXP for these a piece. If you can discord them, they go down really fast. And if you obviously have some form of a fire pet or fire damage pet, then at that point they're going to go down even faster. So really great area over here. You got some damage right here, and of course the Peerless is down at the end of that hallway. But these guys right here are absolutely awesome, and I'll show you guys why. They are discordable just shortly after you reach 100 discord, which is pretty huge in itself. And they do have a lot of HP, so you got to be careful with that. But they both spawn very quickly right here. One of them's going to be in the hallway, the other one's going to be in this room right here. So be careful of King Arthas, which is going to roam the hallways out here. But besides that, this is a fairly safe area to utilize for these two mobs. And there is a death portal right over here. So for some reason you do bite the big one on these guys, then you can go out and use that portal, and it's like it's right over here. So obviously the goal is not to die, but if it does happen, it's nice to know that you've got a portal right there as well. Like I said, this guy tanks like an absolute monster, but his damage output is a little lower than having my other two pets together. I would have already torn through this guy with the other pets. So it really depends on who you bring down here. Now, in the same sense, this guy could probably tank 3 of these at once, which my other guys can't tank more than 1. But that was 3,000 EXP. That's right, 3,000 EXP. So you only need 50,000 to get your pets to level 5, from level 4 to level 5. So in order to bond them, basically your last level of pet training takes 50,000. These are 3,000 a piece. So you can get your pets to bonding level extremely quickly over here, as long as obviously you want to make sure you can keep them alive. Don't get to the position to where, you know, you're getting things too risky, because the end all goal is to not die before level 5, because at that point you lose all the progress you've made. And just to make that very clear, what I just said was, if you lose a pet before level 5 and you didn't bond it in the stables, you will lose it forever. It dies. You can't resurrect it. So err on the side of caution. That's why I say the Ash, and I'll show you guys, the Ash dungeon is phenomenal for leveling up your pets. It's just more dangerous. So obviously, to me, it's a risk versus reward kind of thing. I see a lot more people in Ash Dungeon, and I know that it's an extremely popular area for people to level up their pets. So that and a PvP server sometimes don't mix well. You know, you're going to have a lot more competition over there, which could obviously end up going to your favor as well, if you can get a group going, and then of course, you know, share that EXP over there killing them. But you can always find those people that just decide that they want to kill you instead of the other creatures in Ash. So, but for now, we are going to kill these Ice Shard Phantoms, and that's what I'm going to show you guys. And they are phenomenal EXP. They're also great for getting gear. These guys drop really high end, or the chances for really high end gear that I've noticed so far. So you've got good gold, you've got the 11 chivalry, 11 parrying, 5% summon ward. They have the opportunity to drop really good stuff. Caution. This is King Arthas out here. You want to be careful. I can't even kill the Paragon version of this guy with this pet. He can't kill me, which is good, or at least the pet with me healing it. But his HP regen and his HP is too high. I can't discord it, and it's wild. It's extremely powerful. So just be careful out here. I can kill the normal King Arthas. I just can't kill the Paragon one. So the fact that there's a Paragon one right there means that I will not be going any further into this dungeon right now. But I will go ahead and show you guys the non-destroy me version of it. So he does that attack. He does like a black smoke that comes out. That goes into a line, and if you are standing in the middle of that line, there's a good chance that you're not going to survive the entire attack. So what I try to do is position myself. You're going to be able to see it. I position myself outside of the range of that. Now he does do an AoE that can hit you, so just kind of monitor your HP here. They did add an extra 50 HP to all players to try to do more of a power creep, to give you a better chance of surviving some of these customized mobs that do so much damage. But if you just stay right out of range of his AoE, and still, obviously you don't want to be in the range of this thing, you don't want to be sitting in this thing because it will kill you, then these guys aren't overly difficult if you can stay out of those things. Now granted, the first time you fight it, if you're not ready for it to move, and you don't really, you don't know where to get out of that attack, this guy killed me quite a few times. And there are a few different variations of this Death Knight as well. There's one in Obscure, actually. It's in the lower levels of Obscure, and it is like it's a red tinted one. And I find them, I don't know if it's easier to fight. It could just be because they're not in such a small area, so you have more room to move around. These guys are in such small little rooms, and if I try to drag him out into the larger room out here, I've got to deal with the icebreakers, and if they stun you and then this guy does this thing, toast. So you want to make sure that you get these guys alone. You want to make sure that you move out of the way of their mechanic. But I will show you guys, you can try, but a Song of Discord would have no effect on that. So that sucks. That's the only real downfall of these guys, is I've not found a variation of them at all that can be discorded. And seeing as how I don't have like archery or anything like that, disco is my main form of quasi attack, I guess, by lowering their defenses and having my dragon or pets do more damage. That is basically how I am going to attack it. And being that it's like non-disco or discordable, it really puts my character on a slope of worthlessness, but that's okay. You don't find many mobs that are unable to be discord, so I think it's a pretty fair trade-off. And the fact that the peerless bosses are discoable is very awesome. We did like, I think 3 peerless last night that I actually discorded before they even got down like 5% HP, and then the rest of the fight, you could tell a huge difference on the rest of the fight. So I felt very very useful in those situations. Some of these higher end mobs you're gonna find, it's not necessarily one of those like endurance races to where you're just burning through so many resources that, you know, See, he stunned my guy and then tried to be a little sneaky sneak and get me over here. So you got to be super careful with this guy. Not necessarily, like I said, he's just overly difficult, but it only takes a short second for this dude to absolutely kill you. Because if he'd have stunned me or got me in this little whatever it is, then I would have been dead. This may not be the guy that you want to like tab out to YouTube on the other screen or something while you're fighting him. You may want to give this guy a little bit more attention. I'm actually really glad he did that though. That way you guys could see that, man, it takes one mistake for this guy and it's like, dude, your guy's toast. So you got to be super, super careful. All right, so that guy gave me 1500 EXP, and as you can see, he was a little bit longer of a fight. That's a really cool looking loot. Look at that, light blue. Yup, yoink. So this is a peerless. You see how fast they spawn? Hold on, he's already up again. So just great EXP in this dungeon, to be honest. But this guy gave me less EXP than the guys downstairs did, and I feel like the guys downstairs, they go down faster, they're discordable, and just overall easier to kill. Now this guy looks cooler. Old Arthas over there looks so cool, but I say overall I feel like going downstairs is probably much easier for you as an actual, you know, new tamer to go down there and do that stuff. This guy, very unforgiving, very fast to kill you if you make a mistake, which you're going to see different downstairs. I feel like those are a little easier to do. So, and don't forget, if you want to if those guys are down upstairs and you want to run up here real fast, run out, kill these three things, if they're worth 500 EXP a piece, there's an additional 1500 EXP going back downstairs. You can get your pets level 5 very quickly right here in Permafrost, which is an excellent, in my opinion, one of the best places to go. So we'll go ahead and head out of here, and I will show you guys the fan favorite Ash Dungeon and why it's the fan favorite. It is a great place to go. It's just more popular. All right, guys, we are over at Ash Dungeon. So it takes a little bit to get over to the area. They're going to want you to start fighting the Scorch Fiends. That is the recommended place to level your pets quickly. And honestly, I would say that the Scorch Fiends and the third level of Permafrost have got to be the best places to level after level 5. 100%. You take the risk away of losing your pet, which in my opinion makes those two places, or these two places, absolutely phenomenal. The only downfall to it before level 5 is the fact that it can get a little dicey with mob density, in my opinion, in Ash, to lose your pet. And of course, some of these are, I mean, there are a lot more difficult creatures down here as well. It's way better now that they fixed the mob movement speed. Like, you're not going to be sitting here with a mob or a pet that can't walk anymore once it gets like 5% damage. So it's way better for that now. So once you get to this area, you'll just take a right here at the little fork. Run up here. This avoids some of the other kind of needless stuff you have to fight. So your first Scorch Fiend should actually be right up here, or usually it's right past the bridge. So on the map, you're going to want to be going this direction all the way up into the circle up here. So we'll head this direction. These daemons are actually really good as well. They don't have much HP and they drop good gold, and they're actually pretty good EXP too. And they have a little bit more of these as well going over towards the right here. So you can kind of, oh, I didn't realize my map's over here. You can kind of go in this direction, just go boom, kind of travel back and forth. And if you're one of those people that kind of fidgety and you, like I have like ADHD or something. So if I'm sitting here just waiting for mobs to spawn, I kind of start, I've got to do something. So I'll run back and forth, and it helps me a lot. These guys right here are great EXP as well. They're like 300-400 a piece, and they go down very quickly with discordance. So definitely a couple to keep in mind as well here. Kill these whenever you get a chance. 1,000 gold a piece too, almost. But these are your bread and butter over here, called a Scorch Fiend. And the reason they're so good is they are discordable. They don't have a crazy amount of HP. Like, they're not going to be sitting there like that Arthas mob was. And with the ability to discord them, it gives you a much higher chance of knocking these out quickly. And they drop great golden gear. There's a lot of them over here, like 4 or 5 can be up at a time in this little area. And right now we are right here. You'll want to go up and around and back down. And by the time you do this, typically they've respawned, unless you just get to the point where you're killing them super fast. And you can get a lot of EXP quickly. So abso positively, this is literally the best spot for EXP that you're going to get, that I've found so far. And of course comes highly recommended by everyone on the Discord and everything else. Pros. But cons are that this is a very popular place. It's a very known place. And it's going to be also known that this may not be some place that a well PvP equipped character is going to go to farm. So they're going to know, if you're a PvP player, you're going to just inherently know that the people here that are going to be farming these are probably, pet players. So they may look at that as easy pickings. So just kind of keep that in mind if you do come over here. Off hours may be better, especially as the population grows, just for safety. Or come over here in numbers, get a couple of your friends, come over here. Like I said, the gold is great. Here we go. So that was 3,600 EXP. And they've got just pages of gear. So 2,500 gold, almost 4,000 EXP for your pet, and page of gear. So definitely a great area over here. This is literally going to be the primo spot. Very highly recommended on the Discord, very highly recommended by the veteran players on the server. And you'll start to notice your guys' EXP kind of blasting up. Now, just in this video, I have gotten 20,256 EXP. Just running through it, the little bit we did in Obscure, the few mobs we did in Permafrost, and going here and making our way to the Scorch Fiends in Ash Dungeon. So yes, it's a daunting task. It can seem daunting to have to get to like 1 million EXP, but if you don't look at it as a race to the finish, it's extremely fun to level up your pets and get them where you want them to be. So just keep that in mind. It's incredibly fun. At level 5, you're going to get to put a rune on your pet. Oh, that's why they're in like a weird spot. I was like, I don't know why he's marathon killing these things. but you're going to get to ruin your pet. So I'll show you guys what that means. Not ruin, but ruin your pet. So I put Arc Surge on my pet. These come in the form of runes. You're going to get them off of creatures randomly. Obviously a higher chance the higher level of the creature. And this gives it an additional attack. It can give it other special abilities, like my other two characters have a golden rune on them, which gives them a chance when it procs to just put gold right in my backpack. Hat has been crazy powerful for farming gold. I can walk into a dungeon, and by the time that this guy will probably get 20,000 gold with this dragon, my other two pets would probably have me sitting at somewhere close to 60. So typically by the time I get where I want to be to farm on the other two pets with the gold runes on, I'm already full, and I've got to head out or use like a bag of sending or whatever it may be. So absolutely huge on gold farming if that's something that you're wanting to do. This guy I want to use for Enigma rifts. So I put AoE stuff on him because the first couple of waves of the Enigma rifts are actually the most challenging to me because of just the density. There's 100 mobs you have to kill for the first two waves. So having a strong AoE character for that AoE pet to me was what I wanted to build this guy for those Enigma rifts. So, but if you have any questions, reach out to me on the Discord. It's just Gymnastic Goldfish. And I'll try to help you as much as I can. There's a couple of the runes that are not on the wiki that you may have some questions about if you do get them and just want to know what their effects are on your pet. So like I said, hit me up on the Discord and we will discuss it. And if I have any answers for you, then I'll obviously answer them. If not, we will learn together. So you guys have a fantastic day and good luck training those pets.